Overseas markets have reacted strongly in the wake of Donald Trump's tariffs. There has been a massive market sell-off and it's on track for its worst day since 2022. Markets plunged and you can see that big drop there. About 3 trillion Australian dollars worth was erased from the S&P 500 from the stock market as global economies reacted to those tariffs. That's the US market though. The US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says Donald Trump will not be backing down from the measures.
This is a reordering of global trade for the benefit of America. These people have all been living in our house. They've been driving our car. They come by and visit, open our fridge and eat our food whenever they want. They've taken advantage of us. That is, let the deal maker make his deals when and only if these countries can change everything about themselves, which I doubt they will.
The European Union and China are vowing retaliation. Here are some of the leaders and how they reacted overnight.
I think the recent tariff decision by the US president is fundamentally wrong. It's an attack on a trade order that has created prosperity around the globe.
China has repeatedly stressed that there are no winners in trade wars and tariff wars, and protectionism is not a way out.
The tariffs are the most serious setback to open and free world trade we have seen since the interwar period.
One thing is certain. With last night's decisions, the US economy, its businesses and citizens will emerge weaker and poorer than before.
It is the beginning of a new era. We need to understand that. Just as we've understood it for defence and security, we have to understand the changing world when it comes to trade.
Canada's Prime Minister says it will fight the US tariffs on steel, aluminium and automobiles with tariffs of their own.
Our old relationship of steadily deepening integration with the United States is over. The 80-year period when the United States embraced the mantle of global economic leadership, when it forged alliances rooted in trust and mutual respect, and championed the free and open exchange of goods and services, is over. Well, this is a tragedy. It is also the new reality.
David Blevins has more now from Washington, D.C.
Just an hour before the markets opened in New York and we witnessed that steep decline, his press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, was telling networks here in the United States that there would be no short-term pain. She said the only thing that would rise would be people's wages, not the prices of goods on the shelves in the United States. And then the president himself took to his own Truth Social network to post the following: "The operation is over. The patient lived and is healing. The prognosis is that the patient will be far stronger, bigger, better and more resilient than ever before. Make America great again." He loves his analogies. He loves this emotive language, even describing yesterday as Liberation Day, talking about taking back the soul of America and talking about this place having been pillaged and looted in the past by other nations. But the other big figure I think that's on the mind of many people is 72%. That is from the latest YouGov poll here in the United States. That's the number of Americans who actually believe that the tariffs will increase prices of goods on the shelves in the United States. So there is some degree of unity, I suppose, around the issue of impact, because even 64% of Republicans believe that, but they remain deeply divided in this polarised place around the strategy itself, because Republicans who would have pushed back hard in the past in Congress when they saw figures like we're seeing from Wall Street are not pushing back this time. They were in the front row in the Rose Garden last night, smiling, applauding, nodding, seemingly giving the president the seal of approval. And that tells us just the degree to which he has a grip on power in the United States right now, and why Democrats are struggling to land a blow, simply accusing him of triggering a trade war with some of America's closest allies and suggesting that he's taxing things that will affect the lives of most Americans to give his billionaire friends a tax break.